He's become the first elected Ukip MP. Let's talk to the Conservative Party chairman, Grant Shapps, now to get a reaction. Grant Shapps, thank you very much for joining us on Breakfast. Your reaction, a bit of a bloody nose, isn't this?
Well, I think this confirms a really simple truth, which is whilst UKIP may take votes from all the parties, they actually cost Conservatives seats. And that puts Ed Miliband one step closer to Downing Street.
This is the only argument the Tories have. I've heard this so much over the last few months. Don't vote for UKIP because you're going to put Ed Miliband in Downing Street. It's like Louis van Gaal saying, please don't try when you play us because Chelsea might win the Premier League and you don't want that, do you? They'll mess everything up. Doesn't that Shapps realise the mood of the country? Just threatening everyone with Ed Miliband isn't good enough. It's not a good policy, it's not well thought out, and it makes you look a wanker.
So, what's your prediction now then? Worrying times for the Conservative Party. Are you concerned now that Mark Rettles is going to become the next UKIP MP at Rochester in the by-election in a few weeks?
Well, look, I mean, obviously we'll fight for every vote, and we'll have to wait to see what happens. I'm not in the kind of position of making predictions.
So he's not in the kind of position of making predictions. As the Conservative Party chairman, Grant Shapps, says he isn't in a position to make predictions. This is what I mean about politicians thinking you're stupid. As chairman, he would be all over polls and polls of polls and polls of polls of polls of polls every bloody day trying to predict the result of this and the result of that. By saying this, he makes himself sound a complete fucking idiot because people know, thinking people know, it's his job to predict things.
And we've always said that a vote for UKIP means that you are sleepwalking into Ed Miliband being in Downing Street, as David Cameron said at his conference speech.
Well, a vote for the Tories is to privatise the NHS to your friends, your chums, your won't catch me with my trousers down, Grant Shapps. A vote for the Tories is to help the bankers through the next financial crisis with billions, if not trillions, again in bailouts. For the too big to fail because the banking talent that the Conservatives love so much that caused the crash in the first place can't go elsewhere now, can they? Oh no, heavens above. And a vote for the Tories is to take a massive, big, stinky, runny fucking dump on the poor. But again, another MP who won't answer the question, he just blames everybody else. Spineless, shit-scared wanker.
It's an odd strategy, isn't it, from a Conservative Party member to say, you're not voting for us, you're voting for Labour when you vote for UKIP. Surely you should be persuading the electorate to vote for you because of your policies, not through fear of another party getting into government.
See him shift awkwardly then? That's the only time he's moved during the interview. And to be fair, the lefty-lovey BBC presenter has actually asked a pretty good question there. Well done. Let's see his little squirmy reply.
Well, look, I accept that the usual thing for a party chairman would be to come on and say to you, oh, this doesn't matter, this is a by-election, these are not very good predictions of a general election.
Didn't he just say he wasn't in a position to make predictions? Well, I'm going to predict something now, Mr. Shapps. After watching this video, I predict that even more people will think Grant Shapps is a slimy prick and represents everything bad about the Tories, and you'll probably lose an extra 1,000 or 2 votes. Let's hope so, eh?
A vote for UKIP is a vote for Ed Miliband, and it's not just me saying that. I see a Labour MP has come out this morning and admitted that that is the case, and that has consequences. We live in very uncertain times with what's going on with ISIL, what's going on with Ebola at home.
Ha 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 ha! This is becoming ridiculous. This man is so desperate for you not to vote for UKIP that he's now trying to link the fact that Ebola might be coming to this country with voting for UKIP, which would, according to him, put Ed Miliband in Downing Street. Unbelievable. How low can you go, Mr. Shapps?
I'm sorry, you seem to still be instilling a fear into the electorate. You've spoken about Ebola now, and you're still talking about Ed Miliband being the default vote. What are you going to offer the electorate? That's what I'm asking. Why aren't you telling the electorate, you vote for us because this is what we will give you, not this is what will happen if you don't vote for us?
This lefty lovey is tenacious, isn't she? She's gone after him again. Well done, lovely.
Well, so look, we have a very sort of positive programme. We've got a plan for Britain's future, and that involves finishing off the job that we've started of rescuing this country from going to the wall, as I mentioned before. And if people think that there's a sort of a free vote, particularly come the general election of voting UKIP or any other way, then people should know. Actually, what they're doing is putting Ed Miliband into Downing Street.
Oh my God. What an arrogant arsehole. Please, everyone, tweet in this video. This guy's unbelievable. He wants to give everybody in the country the 3-line whip to make sure that him and his little jums get voted back in and Ed Miliband doesn't. He's telling us basically, if it was down to him, there's no free vote at the general election. You must do as I say. My God, the utter arrogance of this man is unbelievable. Just who the hell does he think he is? People aren't voting for you, Shapps, or your party, because of you and your party. We've simply had enough. And you, Grant Shapps, are an absolute disgrace. How fucking dare you tell me who to vote for? How fucking dare you say it's not a free vote in the general election? Just because you and your little bummer boys might not get voted in next time round, who the hell are you to tell me how to vote? I cannot stand you. You're so narcissistic and arrogant, and that is exactly why we will not be voting for you in our tens of millions. You're a little short trouser wearing fuckwit, Shapps. Now fuck off my screen.